Greetings dear viewers and welcome back to the review program. In this episode we will be discussing an essential topic that affects millions of people in Uzbekistan, the pension fund system. How has it evolved? What changes are happening? And how does it compare to other systems worldwide? Today we will break it all down. To understand where we are today, we must first look at how Uzbekistan's pension system has developed over time. What was it like in the past, and how does it function now? But before we proceed into more details, let's review the latest news of the week. My colleague, Sevil Rajapova will continue.
Good evening, dear viewers. I'm Sevil Rajapova and now I'll be briefing you on the recent news of the week. On Friday, Uzbekistan celebrated Nowruz with vibrant festivals, marking the arrival of spring and the spirit of renewal. The Uz Report team extends warm wishes to all, hoping this season brings prosperity, happiness and new beginnings to everyone. Let's proceed with the news. This week began with a presidential decree aimed at reducing household gas demand by 20% over the next 5 years. The plan includes installing local boiler houses in buildings not connected to centralized heating and renovating 103 outdated boiler houses along with 1,600 kilometers of heating networks. Modernization efforts will take place in 9 cities through public-private partnerships and 13 cities with international support. New buildings will incorporate renewable energy sources and energy-saving technologies, with those structures requiring meters for heating and hot water. A new state body, Heat Supply, will oversee the implementation of the heat supply policy. The government has approved a regulation to allocate and register state grants in higher education to support applicants from socially vulnerable groups. Up to 10% of state-funded bachelor degree admissions will be designed for these applicants, who must score at least 80% of the passing threshold to qualify. The grant applies only to those applicants' first choice program, and students with a GPA below 3.5 will lose their grant eligibility. In case of ties in academic performances, priority will be given based on subject-specific achievements or additional tests. President Shavkat Mirziyoyev held a meeting to discuss major projects in drinking water, heat supply, neighborhood development and agriculture, including the construction of new water and sewage networks and modernization efforts in collaboration with international partners. The government will invest 19 trillion sums over 5 years to improve heating systems and expand centralized coverage, while also supporting digitalization and water management. Agricultural reforms were introduced to support farmers, simplify land allocation and create job opportunities through expand neighborhood service companies and road repair initiatives. President Shavkat Mirziyoyev met with US Congresswoman Carol Miller to discuss strengthening the strategic partnership and expanding cooperation between Uzbekistan and the United States. They highlighted programs in trade, investment and cooperation in areas such as transport, culture and education, while also emphasizing the importance of interparliamentary collaboration to support key sectors like mining, energy and agriculture. The meeting also touched on regional issues, including the situation in Afghanistan. During the 5th plenary session, the Senate approved a law on Uzbekistan's accession to agreement on the establishment of the Euro-Asian Development Bank, aimed at promoting economic growth and enhancing trade and investment cooperation among member states. The Euro-Asian Development Bank operates under international agreements and regulations, focusing on economic data analysis and investment potential. Uzbekistan's accession provides a legal foundation for full participation, fostering regional integration and expanding trade ties. Minister of Digital Technology Sarzot Shomatov met with European Commissioner Joseph Sikela to discuss Uzbekistan's rapid progress in IT and telecommunications, focusing on potential cooperation. Sikela praised Uzbekistan's digital achievements, while Shomatov emphasized the role of ICT in boosting IT service experts. The discussions included projects under the Team Europe initiative on digital connectivity in Central Asia, such as the Connectivity for Central Asia and the Satellite Connectivity for Remote Communities, aimed at improving digital infrastructure and expanding internet access in rural areas. Sikela's visit also highlighted the European Union's commitment to promoting digital energy and transport connectivity in Central Asia, with a focus on sustainable development and strengthening the Trans-Caspian Transport Corridor. The EU Global Gateway Strategy aims to mobilize 300 billion euros in investment to close the global investment gap and support long-term growth and partnerships. In 2019, Uzbekistan adopted the law on guarantees of equal rights and opportunities for women and men and the National Gender Strategy for 2021-2030. Despite these efforts, women remain underrepresented in executive and judicial positions, and gender bias still limits their access to leadership roles. To address these challenges, a seminar expanding the role of women in politics and leadership in Uzbekistan was held, supported by the UNDP Gender Equality Target Program, which aims to improve women's participation in politics and public administration. Allied national politics with international standards and enhance institutional cooperation. This week, Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan engaged in a vibrant cultural and art exchange, featuring large exhibitions and Uzbek ballet performances, which coincided with the celebration of Nowruz. The event kicked off in Almaty with the performance of Lazgi, Dance of Soul and Love, a ballet that showcased traditional Lazgi dance, an important part of Uzbekistan's cultural heritage. The performance held on the eve of Nowruz symbolized renewal and unity, connecting the cultural ties of both nations, which have shared traditions along ancient Silk Road. The event was met with great enthusiasm, highlighting the power of art to bring people together and celebrate the spirit of Nowruz. The University of World Economy and Diplomacy hosted the presentation of a special issue of the Vatan journal, published by the Federation of Trade Unions of Uzbekistan, focusing on domestic and foreign policies, regional cooperation and national identity. The event was attended by officials from the Presidential Administration, the Senate, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Diplomatic Corps, with Uzbek ambassadors abroad participating via video conference. Senator and Editor-in-Chief Hassan Ermatov highlighted the journal's role in fostering intellectual exchange and strengthening cultural ties. The journal's new English language edition aims to share Uzbekistan's achievement and identity globally, with each attendee receiving a special edition. The week concluded with grand celebration of Nowruz holiday. In light of this, Nowruz Park hosted a lively festival to celebrate Nowruz, a holiday symbolizing renewal and unity with traditional music, dances and the cooking of sumalak and plov, representing prosperity and togetherness. The festival, filled with vibrant performances and the rich flavors of Uzbek cuisine, attracted many visitors enjoying a festive atmosphere. Attendees shared their joy about the significance of Nowruz, with traditional music and dance serving as vital expressions of Uzbek culture. As the celebration unfolded, the spirit of renewal and unity was felt throughout, marking the arrival of spring with happiness and cultural pride. This week review highlights Uzbekistan's pension fund, which plays a crucial role in ensuring financial security for citizens. My colleague Asadbek Jurayev will continue on this topic, exploring the current developments and future plans for the pension system in Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan's pension system dates back to Soviet times when a centralized model ensured pensions for all workers. Following independence, reforms were introduced to make the system more sustainable, shifting towards a contribution-based model. Today, the system is structured to ensure financial security for retirees, while incorporating modern solutions such as digitalization and automatic pension enrollment, which we will discuss in this episode as well. Uzbekistan's pension system operates on a multi-tiered structure designed to provide financial support to its retirees. The system contains basic pension that is funded by the state budget. This level offers a foundational pension benefit to citizens upon reaching retirement age, irrespective of their other pension entitlements. The benefit amount is linked to the individual's participation in the pension system, with longer participation resulting in higher benefits. Second one is mandatory pension. This tier functions on a pay-as-you-go basis, where current workers' contributions fund the pensions of current retirees. Employers are obligated to contribute 10% of their employees' monthly income to the Unified Accumulative Pension Fund. Upon reaching retirement age 60 for men and 55 for women, individuals receive benefits based on the contribution history and length of service. Last one is voluntary pension contributions. Beyond mandatory contributions, individuals can make additional voluntary payments to enhance their retirement savings. These contributions made to the Unified Accumulative Pension Fund or other approved pension funds allow individuals greater control over their retirement planning and can lead to a more secure financial future. To compare, in some countries, such as Australia and Chile, pension models rely heavily on private savings accounts. Countries like Sweden and the Netherlands have hybrid pension systems, combining state support and mandatory private savings. Meanwhile, nations such as Germany rely on strong social security framework, where current workers fund retirees' pensions. The pension system in Uzbekistan ensures that eligible citizens receive state-backed financial assistance based on their work history, age or special circumstances. As of October 1, 2020, over 3.78 million citizens, more than 10% of the population, were pension beneficiaries. With the government continuously working on reforms to improve pension accessibility and efficiency, it is essential to understand the different types of pensions available and the eligibility criteria. In Uzbekistan, there are three primary types of state pensions: age pension, disability pension, and survivor's pension. Let's take a closer look at each category. The age pension is the most common form of state pension, designed to provide financial security for individuals after their working years. Men become eligible at the age of 60 with at least 25 years of employment, while women qualify at 55 with a minimum of 20 years of employment history. Those without an official employment history can still receive a pension, but at a later age, 65 for men and 60 for women. The pension amount is calculated based on an individual's total years of service and previous earnings. The disability pension provides financial assistance to individuals who are unable to work due to a disability. It ensures that those facing physical or mental health challenges have a source of income, regardless of their employment history. To qualify, individuals must be officially classified as disabled by medical assessment authorities. The pension amount depends on the severity of the disability, employment history, and previous salary, along with additional government support programs designed to assist disabled individuals. The survivor's pension provides financial support to the dependents of a deceased individual, ensuring their family members have continued financial stability. This pension is available to spouses, minor children, or other dependent family members of the deceased. In some cases, elderly parents or disabled family members who relied financially on the deceased may also qualify. We often hear that pensions increase periodically, but what factors determine these adjustments? Some countries like Canada use a fixed cost of living adjustments linked to the consumer price index, while others like Japan apply adjustments based on wage growth trends. But how it is done in Uzbekistan? My colleague Sevil Rajabova talked with the citizens in this regard.
In 2024, Uzbekistan implemented significant reforms to its pension system. Starting September 1st, pension and benefits increased by 15%. From October 1st, public sector salaries rose by 10 to 15%, depending on the sector. Additionally, as of December 1st, wage, pension and social benefits saw a further 7% increase. As these reforms play a crucial role in lives of Uzbek citizens, we decided to ask locals about their perspective on retirement age and how do they perceive the connection between taxes and pensions.
What do you think about the current retirement age in Uzbekistan? It should stay at 60 years old. If it remains 55 for women and 60 for men, that would be good. I think 60 for men and 55 for women is appropriate. This age is convenient for retirement.
To be honest, I think the age is suitable. The retirement age for both men and women is fine, but the pension amounts are not very good.
Do you know where the funds for pensions come from? Well, it depends on their work activity. Where they worked and whether they worked on time, that's where it comes from. Of course, I think it's a kind of savings fund that we all contribute in our pension fund. Mainly from the budget, from budget organizations. That's where pensions for pensioners come from. What do you think about the rule that suspends pensions for citizens who stay abroad for more than 3 months? I think it's wrong. If someone is a citizen of this country and has worked here, their pension should be paid no matter where they are, whether in America, Russia or anywhere else.
To be honest, I didn't even know that such a law existed.
Have you thought about what happens to your pension savings if you pass away before receiving them? Well, our hope is to receive a pension and pass it on to our grandchildren. That's what we would want. I think my close ones would be able to receive it after me.
I believe the pension should be given to close family members. That would be the right thing.
According to expert analysis, pension increases in Uzbekistan are driven by several key factors, primarily aimed at ensuring social protection, maintaining purchasing power, and adapting to economic conditions. Let's discuss the essential factors. One of the primary reasons for pension increases is inflation. As the cost of goods and services rises, the government adjusts pensions to ensure that retirees maintain their purchasing power. A law introduced in 2024 established that pension increases must be tied to an annual growth rate of the consumer price index, ensuring that pensions do not lose value due to inflation. The government has set a minimum pension level that should not be lower than the minimum consumer spending amount. This measure guarantees that pensions remain sufficient to cover basic living expenses, helping retirees afford essential goods and services. The strength of Uzbekistan's economy plays a crucial role in pension increases. When the economy grows, the government collects higher tax revenues, allowing it to allocate more funds toward social protection programs, including pensions. Strong economic performance enables the government to implement scheduled pension increases without causing fiscal strain. Pension increases are often a result of government initiatives aimed at improving the standard of living for retirees. In August 2024, a presidential decree announced a 15% pension increase starting from September 1st, demonstrating the government's commitment to social welfare. Similar decrees have been issued in previous years to adjust pensions based on economic conditions and national priorities. There has been a lot of talk about simplifying pension enrollment. Soon, newly eligible pensioners may receive payments automatically without having to submit documents. How will this work? Let's discuss this reform in details. The government is implementing a digital pension system where eligible citizens will automatically start receiving pensions upon reaching retirement age. It is believed to eliminate bureaucratic delays and improve efficiency. According to specialists, the new system will rely on a national database tracking employment history and contributions. When a citizen reaches retirement age, the system will calculate their pension and initiate payments without requiring an application. This reduces paperwork and ensures timely pension distribution. Uzbekistan's pension system is evolving to better serve its citizens. From pension increases to digital automation, these reforms impact millions of people. Staying informed about these changes is crucial. We hope today's episode has helped clarify key aspects of the pension fund system. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay informed and take care.